What's up, everybody? Um, Today's discussion is E3 2012. The review, as well as my overall opinions to this subject. Now, didn't know what to expect when I watched it. I don't know if they were showing anything in between. I just pretty much watched the conference meetings because that to me was the core of the whole thing. Is to see what these companies are going to come up with, as well as what to expect. Whether it's a year from now, that's pretty much around the time frame. It's between now and the next year's E3, or even maybe later on that date. But it's supposed to show us somewhere in the near future, maybe in the far future, what to expect in the making or production of what they're trying to sell. For those who don't know about E3, I came into it knowing that most likely Microsoft was going to take it. This is like the video game Super Bowl, and core gamers like myself watches E3 to see what they're going to actually come up with, because they're really innovative with their technology. But I'm not here just to talk about them. I'm going to talk about the other 4 companies as well as Microsoft, what they presented and what they brought to the table. And I'm going to start on Sony, because they're on the bottom of my fucking shit list. Between Nintendo, Microsoft, EA, and Ubisoft, Sony did the worst. I'm sorry to say that for all y'all Sony fans out there. They really let the ball drop and let it roll down the street until an 18-wheeler crashed into it. Reasons being, each conference meeting was about an hour long, give or take. Within 15 to a half an hour difference in between the conferences, but a good 90 minutes, whatever, I'm gonna say, for each conference. And Sony killed pretty much a good hour on just talking about games that we already know is coming. Like, normally these companies hold out until E3 shows up, and then that's when they let the cards show, like, on the table, and say, like, this is what we've been holding out for you guys this time, and blah blah blah. And they didn't even do that. They just pretty much say, well, Sony, we've been doing great, blah blah blah, we made sales, blah blah blah, and they put on this big video sequence montage of fucking games we already know. And then they try to end it strong. At least I'm going to assume they try to end it strong with a game that I feel like they made a ripoff from Nintendo. I believe it's called something along the lines of Battle Royale, PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale, something like that. It's garbage. I didn't try the game. They actually showed a gameplay demonstration, and it just reminded me of Nintendo Super Smash Bros. Brawl for the Wii. It's retarded. It's fucking retarded because now you took PlayStation icons that people who were dedicated to PlayStation probably took pride in like putting these characters on a pedestal only for you to degrade them by making them look all cheesy and making them do some corny. I might as well call it signature moves because it's moves that you know they do, and only they can do, and it's just retarded. They just made them like really, really cheesy. Um, Again, they did not deliver. They did not show us anything new. That's why they're on the bottom of my list. Um, Electronic Arts, EA. Um, Now, this company is not a hardware per se. They focus on games and games alone. But they decided to give them a conference based on games they're coming out with. Um, I'm pretty sure they came out with other games, but they really try to really focus on um, more of the sports genre of their games, which is cool and all. It's the least favorite genre I would play per se. I'm more like an action adventure shooter RPG kind of guy. So I'll try the sport thing with a friend or two, but that's about it. I would never go out and buy it. But Madden 13 and FIFA 13 that they actually show through Microsoft's Connect with the Xbox, um, they really delivered. They delivered where they're supposed to deliver. Having us connect ourselves through these games. They had Joe Montana demonstrated gameplay demonstration with Madden 13, which I feel like that's cool. You made a legend icon demonstrating a game that makes us feel like we're a quarterback of the whole game without really picking up this controller. And through Connect Voice, you can audible and you can change. You can select, not change. You be able to select your plays through your voice. You don't even have to pick it through your controller. You can actually say the name of the play, and the players line up in that formation, which I think is pretty cool. I have to admit, that's pretty cool. It makes you feel like you're a part of the game, and that's what they're supposed to do. As for FIFA, they can say formations on the fly, and the players will move according to the formation you said, which again, really, really brilliant. Let's see here. Number 3, Nintendo. I'm saying this in the order that I feel like is good. From least to one who took it. So yeah, Nintendo, number 3, which is a damn shame in my opinion. Again, I say in my opinion because I always like when I look into these past couple of years of watching E3, it's just like I always think, okay, Microsoft's gonna do something great, and we all gonna say, damn, we glad we got an Xbox. And Sony's always gonna be that guy that's always gonna play catch up with Microsoft because they know that's their leading rival. And and Nintendo's always gonna fall behind, but somehow they get their numbers through the other audiences that's not core gamers, or the ones that are core gamers. They wait for their exclusives to come out and play their exclusive games, and which is whatever works. If you're selling, that's whatever works for you. I'm not in business, so that's what it is. If you go to like they basically focus on their handheld of the 3DS of certain games that they're going to come out with. I'm really not trying to spoil shit. But they pretty much coming out with games like, you know, the typical spin-offs through exclusive game spin-offs. Which, you know, you gotta sell your handheld because they are in competition with their Sony's Vita. So, you know, they have to step it up somehow. But what really impressed me is the actual Wii U. Not a lot of people are fans of it yet. Me for one is not really a big fan of it, but what they showed on E3 this year, it made me reconsider that, you know, if they keep it up, I may buy one in the near future. Um, it was pretty cool, pretty decent. They really was focusing more on the Wii U than the Wii itself. It was really awesome that they showed certain games that only was made for the Wii, and even made some games go back to redo the game. Like, let me see, the game, I think it's Batman Arkham Asylum now. Most of us played the game already for the PS3 and Xbox 360. But Nintendo decided, let's get the game, remake it, and make it more like Wii U, and they actually utilized the capabilities of their Wii U gamepad. You know, moving the fucking pad around, motion control thing, and, you know, selecting it as if what Batman would do in his utility belt, which I think was fucking awesome. And, you know, make you play detective mode through their capabilities of the Wii U pad. So I feel like, okay, cool, it's awesome, and then made them do something totally different that the Xbox 360 and the PS3 don't have, which is they call it the armor version for a reason. He's doing these fucking combo moves. He's powering up his armor, his bat suit, and have him do more like critical blows to enemies, which I think was cool. So I think they stepped it up in a big way because it's Nintendo. This is Nintendo we're talking about here. For us core gamers that we are dedicated E3 watchers, they stepped it up this year. Ubisoft, number 2. Ubisoft, they delivered a lot of good games. Assassin's Creed 3 and Watch Dogs. I'm looking forward to Watch Dogs. Because that's gonna really set Ubisoft to like top game development team to actually get, if that really does sell, which I am assuming it's gonna. It's definitely gonna be one of those companies that we're gonna be keeping an eye out for. They really stepped it up. They really showed that, look, we can make great games. You know, we're not gonna let you keep on following the same ones you've been following. We gotta really show you need to keep an eye on us too, and they did. They sold it really well. Each conference was like an hour and 15 minutes or an hour and a half long. So, you know, I watch every single one to make sure I have my fully knowledge on the situation of all these consoles and all these conference meetings, so I can deliver my final review to it. Microsoft, again, they topped it. They topped it with their applications. They topped it with games. They topped it with, you know, we're just gonna give you what we keep telling them we need to see in games, and that's what they did. They delivered it quite well. They definitely won it. I'm not the only one that said this. You know, I went out there, asked a few people who actually watched it. You know, they said Microsoft did take the reins this year. You know what I mean? They're going to be the forerunners this year, as always. And they did what they're supposed to do. Went in there, told y'all what's up, told me what's new, you know, and they delivered it. Now we're waiting for it to actually come out. And, you know, I have to rank on Sony because it's like, oh, you're supposed to be number 2 in my book. You know, I'm a gamer, you know what I mean? I own Xbox and fucking PS3. I don't own the Wii. Sorry, Nintendo. I just won't buy you guys yet. But if y'all keep stepping it up, I will, eventually. you guys, Sony, y'all just don't. I'm very fucking disappointed. Very disappointed in you guys. You guys is like, I always think of you guys as number two though, but you know, I always get y'all exclusives. I would never, if it was like a multi-platform game, I always get it for Xbox. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. That's just what I do. And you know, other people do it the other way around. But me personally, Xbox is always better for me. And I hate saying that because I was not once a Microsoft fan. And I try to be like, you know, I always try to say, no, Sony, Sony, Sony. But you know, Sony since PS3 came out, they've been dropping. And then 360, we keep taking the reins. So they keep taking the reins. Obviously, I'm gonna be playing my Xbox more than I'm playing my PlayStation. And you know, y'all can win us with that free online membership thing. And you know, Microsoft keep paying. Yeah, I'll keep paying. I got a job. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep paying the gold membership to play their games because they deliver. They're supposed to do what they're supposed to do. Make us buy their shit so they can make money. If Sony's not gonna keep stepping this thing up where they keep jacking up the prices and expect people to buy our consoles, and you know, game developers is like, yo, we're not gonna keep on making games for you if you're not gonna drop your price and nobody's buying it because y'all not delivering the way y'all supposed to be delivering. Obviously, y'all are gonna end up like Sega and go bankrupt, and then you have to end up just making fucking games, which nobody wants to see. But y'all gotta keep bringing this shit up to make y'all understand, and I hope I have a lot of supporters who really agree with me with this. And you know, I know the hardcore Sony fans are gonna hate me, but I don't care. Y'all can respond to this if y'all want to, because I just don't care. It's just a simple fact that E3, it's supposed to be the Super Bowl of video games. It's supposed to be the main advertisement to whip out what y'all been hiding for the past couple of months, maybe years. You're supposed to be like, you know, no, we're not gonna tell you until E3, until E3. And then when E3 comes out, that's when you be like, well, we've been keeping it under wraps, but this is what we're doing. And just show it, you know. And even with the Vita, it's like, yo, you just gotta keep on, like, I understand, like, you know what I mean? It's supposed to be the most powerful handheld so far, up to date. And it's supposed to be the shit. I'm gonna get mine soon, so I can actually give my review on that. But so far, from what they sell with it, it's supposed to be the the greatest handheld you ever hold in your hand. And if you're not gonna fucking fully utilize it to be like, we're gonna whip out all kinds of cool shit with new games and everything else, I just don't know what else to say. Now, the only thing I actually like about Sony is that the Vita can act as a PS3 controller, and you can play your PS3 games through your Vita, which I feel like it was cool because now you got an extra screen that probably can be an assistance, like an assist screen, like the DS for Nintendo. You know, one screen is the actual main screen, and then the second screen, the sub screen, is like, you know, like a map or something like that. You know, Nintendo's already doing it with their Wii U, and you know, now Microsoft is just now doing it with their where they say that you can use your smartphone and tablet and have all three, like your TV screen and those two devices working together. So you're always gonna be within the game, within arm's reach. That's the way they were selling it. So it's like, okay, cool, that's awesome. I love that. Love that idea, and if they could really pull that off, which I know they will, that's definitely gonna sell. So you can't come up to me and be like, yo man, we're just gonna give you a montage. We're just gonna give you a fucking a 45-minute clip of games we already know you know because we told you before E3. And it's like, no, you're not supposed to do that. You're losing customers. I feel like you're gonna lose customers that way. You know, you'll keep telling us things we know. Then you'll give us a crappy exclusive game or games that nobody really cares about because it's not something we're gonna say, ooh, we gotta go to GameStop and pre-order. At least not me, not my opinion. Y'all lost. You know, I'm not gonna support a console or a company that's losing on the E3 battle because it's pointless. It's a waste of money. You know, I hope 2013 E3 you fucking step it up. I would want y'all to step it up because I'm not trying to tell people here that I just like Microsoft. I'm a core gamer. I like all games. I play on almost all consoles. You know what I mean? I'm just not getting the Wii yet. That's it. If I had the Wii, then I can actually say, yeah, I got all consoles. I play all consoles up to date. But we're gonna get the Vita. We're gonna get the 3DS. You know what I mean? I just didn't get the handhelds yet. And the Wii. But PS3, you need to step it up, man. Sony, y'all need to step it up, man. Because I'm tired of these Sony fans thinking Sony's PlayStation is shit. It's the greatest fucking console. Microsoft is gay. If y'all keep saying Microsoft is gay, then y'all don't know games, really. Like, y'all don't know what's new and what's hip right now. Because obviously, I just want to keep on saying Sony's great, but y'all not delivering. You're not just, you know what I mean? I'm basically going to use you for my Blu-ray. That's it. Like even Xbox now is coming out with a web browser, so I wouldn't need a Sony for a web browser. Like, come on, man. I'm only going to use you for a fucking Blu-ray player. And if Xbox decides they're going to integrate a Blu-ray player within their system, y'all are pretty much a wrap. Y'all, who's going to buy y'all shit? You know what I mean? All y'all would hold on to is y'all exclusives. But if y'all release y'all exclusive to to Microsoft or any other company, y'all pretty much done once everybody got all y'all shit, all y'all secrets, and you still ain't coming out with nothing new, then y'all done. You're gonna end up like Sega and be like bankrupt, and then you're just gonna end up making just Sony games. Ooh, nah, and they don't really sell, so I don't know what to tell y'all guys. Like that's just my opinion. So again, my list. Sony 5, EA 4, Nintendo 3, Ubisoft 2, and Microsoft 1. So they won. That's it. They got the platinum. They got the fucking conference of the year. Because that's it. They fucking delivered. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. Y'all can just subscribe. Y'all can video responses. I don't care. You know what I mean? Let me know y'all input. Because if y'all want to prove me wrong, then I want to hear that. I want to see that so I can respond and say, well, you watched the conference, and then y'all let me know, you know, and then tell me that same comment again. For those who agree with me, obviously, I'm glad I wouldn't be the only one that understood what it takes for us as the consumer to understand, like, what it would take for us. You know, the hard worker guys to fucking earn money to go buy y'all games that's like $60 a pop and buy like $300 and buy y'all consoles for like $300, $400, and $500. So you have to understand that I think logically when it comes to this shit. I want to understand, like, listen, if I'm going to buy your console or if I'm going to buy your games, you got to show me something that's going to wow me enough to actually be like, damn, I'm glad I made the right choice in picking your console. Like, you can't just be like, you know, just go get your games that you already know that we have, and then and hope you buy it. Because I'm just not going to buy it. I'm sorry. Multi-platform, Xbox. Exclusive, that's when I'll buy your games. When they say it's only for PlayStation 3, that's when I buy your game. Otherwise, it's going to be in the closet collecting dust. and I'm only going to take it out when I want to play my Blu-ray. That's it. That's all I'm going to say about that. So let me know, you guys, and hit me back. I'll probably come up with another video later on. Peace.